pick in the 94 draft. He is hanging out down in Irvine, California. That, of course, our Hall of Fame running back, Marshall Faulk. Yeah, that is Marshall Faulk with a beard and everything. Looking good, going Hollywood as the Rams return to California. What's the atmosphere like out there, my friend?
Chris, I'm a little disappointed, man. I'm going to tell you, I think the Rams, they moved to California. They proposed building $1 billion stadium. They even make a splash in the draft and get the #1 pick and take Jared Goff. And you guys start the show with the Cowboys?
Well, wait a second.
Are you kidding me?
Well, you know what?
Are you kidding me?
Marshall, does that surprise you? We saw everything with the Cowboys around here. What is up with that?
Are you kidding me?
I'm with you, 2-8. I'm with you, man.
Okay, you know what?
Hey, the playoffs last year.
All right, Marshall, welcome to the beginning of training camp prime time, presented by Mitsubishi Motors. We'll pretend that it's 8 o'clock again in the East, and we're starting right now with the Los Angeles Rams. So what say you about their practice?
Hi. The #1 pick looked good today. Greg Williams did a lot. Showed him a bunch of different looks. I was surprised at what Greg did on the first day out here. Kurt knows about this. Showing one defense, playing another defense. He threw a pick today. Wasn't as sharp, but the question is, we know he beat out Nick Foles. They moved Nick Foles. The question is, how long is it going to take him to get to the #1 spot? How many practices is it going to take him? Kick and spin the ball, Kurt. I'm impressed with the way he throws the football.
Yeah, I don't think there was any question about that, Marshall. What you saw on tape, good feet inside the pocket. But, the big question is going to be his assimilation to the speed, calling plays, the complexity. And that's kind of my question for you. I know it's just the first day of camp, so you start with the basics always. But did you notice, was there any change from a guy like Case Keenum, the veteran guy, when he was in there, to Jared Goff as far as the kind of plays that they were running? Or, did they kind of open that whole playbook and both guys doing everything?
A lot of safe throws for him early, but they asked him to push the ball down the field, and he drove the ball down the field at times. But you know how it is in camp. He's still trying to learn the receivers. And I'm going to make note of this. The Rams have had pretty average receiver play. If they are going to start a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, that receiver play is going to have to be elevated, even the tight end play. We know what they're going to get at the running back spot. But the wide receiver play, the tight end play, we're going to have to see guys be a little bit more accountable. And I want to see from practice 1, it looked like they were trying to be more accountable. I want to see if they're going to keep that up.
And when you talk about guys, Marshall, who are you looking at? They know, you got the Tavon Austin, which they're going to do change of pace type stuff with him. Kenny Britt, an older guy that's never really come to fruition, living up to the billing when he came there. You see anybody? See any of these young guys that step up that maybe have a chance to be an impact player for them this year?
Bradley Marquez. They broke the huddle. He started in the slot, number 15, a guy who played a lot of special teams. They're very high on him. And the guy who was hurt a lot last year started to come on the year before, Brian Quick. Brian Quick is a big body guy with a huge catch radius, just inconsistent. We need those two guys to really show up. And they got some rookies that they drafted. They're competing out there. They're getting after it. We know that this defense is stingy. They can get after the passer. On the back end, we got to see if they can replace some guys that they lost. Janoris Jenkins left. E.J. Gaines is coming off an injury. And, their real corner, they got to see if Tremaine, they didn't give him the big contract. Can he play under the pressure of needing to have a big year to earn more money?
Hey, Marshall, how much pressure do you think is on Todd Gurley to perform, especially if they're going to start a rookie quarterback day one, possibly? And we talked about the lack of receivers outside, guys that have made plays outside. How much pressure is on Todd, do you think?
There's a lot of pressure on him, and I should say there's a lot of expected of Todd. I wouldn't call it pressure, being it's just year 2 for him. But, I'm eager to see, LT, a guy with the full year on his belt, the training camp, a full offseason, and he's healthy. He's not rehabbing. And we saw what he did last year with Spotty play. He didn't even play all the games. I'm eager to see what this kid brings to the table. Now, we both played with some inexperienced quarterbacks, and we guided them along. But the one thing that we both did, we turned it over to those guys because your quarterback must lead your team if you're going to go anywhere in the NFL.
Marshall, the last time the Rams made the playoffs, you were toting the rock back in 2004. trying to shake 9 straight losing seasons. Does all that get wiped clean with a move from the Midwest out to the West Coast?
You know what? I like to think so. The fans would like to think so. But Stan Kroenke don't think so. I mean, Jeff Fisher, a guy that's very upbeat. Whenever we talk about a coach coaching in his last season, we call that a lame duck season. Jeff is not approaching it like that. He's out there coaching like they gave him an extension. He's excited about being here. We know that he moved the Houston Oilers. They became the Tennessee Titans. He took them to the Super Bowl. He feels that this team is ready to win now. And listen, they have the talent. They're young at quarterback. But everywhere else, I think that they're ready to win.
You know, Marshall, you were saying earlier that Greg Williams was already throwing some stuff at the quarterbacks. We know Greg Williams' defense is going to throw a lot of blitzes at you, a lot of unsound blitzes at you. Do they feel like that's going to help Jared Goff get up to speed a little bit quicker, that he's going to see so many different looks in practice?
The idea is to show him so much in practice that when he gets into games, Kurt, he's comfortable with what he's seeing. But, you know, the mistake with that is you show a kid so much, you take his confidence away with confusing him, and now you have a lost player out there. And it appears that Jared can handle it. Thus far, he threw a pick, and the kid, it was like, you know, water off a duck's back. It really didn't mean much to him. I like that, but at the same time, you don't want to see him throw interceptions, even if it's in practice.
Hey, Marshall, a little bit later in the show, you're going to be going one-on-one with the Rams running back Todd Gurley. I hope you let him know that if he had been drafted back in the day when you were still playing, that he'd be your fullback, right?
Man, he's a big man. I think he was bigger than my 2 fullbacks that I had when I was with the Rams. Big man. Wow.
All right, Hall of Famer, we will check you out a little bit later.